let's get on the topic of international relations. Ms. Casida, how do you think the United States should proceed in the situation of the Islamic State? Are you willing to put more resources into the President's Klan, for example? Would you be willing to?
I am not, and the reason is because there is immense amounts of terrorism and terrorist acts all over the world, and there will continually be. This war on terror is a war on a subject. A war on terror is like a war on love. You are never, ever, 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 we as a country will never win the war on terror. What our country has done in the past 50 years, and arguably longer, is actually helped fund a lot of the problems that we're seeing today, just like with Al-Qaeda in Iraq and offshoots of this. It's our money, it's our weapons, and it's our training. Thank you, CIA and State Department. And all of this is coming back to bite us, decades later. Now, unraveling our foreign policy is something that may be impossible, but I think it's really important to talk about what has happened and the impacts that's having, not only on us economically, but psychologically. I mean, veterans are most drastically affected by this. I'm a former military wife. I saw it firsthand after 9/11. It's devastating. War is devastating. We should not be so ready to go to war. And if we do go to war, it should be declared by Congress. That way, we have somebody to hold accountable for that decision. If your representative, if Representative Tipton does not decide to go to war, and instead we just have the executive branch or the president deciding to do this, who do we hold accountable? The president? Do you really think you can go and petition your grievances against the president? Do you think that we can stop the war with the president? No, our country is set up with 3 branches of government specifically for this reason, to keep them in check. So it's not that I'm against war. As a matter of fact, I think there's righteous reasons to go to war. I am going to war here in the 3rd District against our representative. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that, but I think that war should be declared by Congress. So this has not happened since Vietnam. This war certainly hasn't been declared by Congress. I do not think any more resources should go into it. And if you do, I would like to ask if it's okay if we use your Social Security to fund it. Because I, Tisha, don't want to pay for this war against ISIS and ISIL. I want to protect my country. I want to protect our country's borders. I want to protect our economy. I want to make sure that we have a thriving country, the shining light for the world, where people want to move here and can move here safe and be free from this terrorist threat. But the only way to do that is to stop funding these wars with terrorists that we either say that we've won and we are past the threat. There's always going to be another one, because the war machine helps fund a big federal government. So 2 things. I think war should be declared by Congress. This one isn't. And number 2, I think we're already broke. So if everyone wants to go to war, we're going to have to find a way to pay for it. I don't have any Social Security or retirement or property or assets for that matter. So when my generation comes to make the decisions of how we're going to fund the country, the only thing left is the entitlements that you've paid into. And I'm here trying to protect that for you. I would rather protect what you've put into the government and protect my country than go bomb ISIS.